Today on Larissa's Kitchen, I'm going to be making the quintessential American side dish, macaroni and cheese. Now, the only portion of our macaroni and cheese dinner that's coming from a box is the pasta, and the directions certainly should not include microwave instructions. I don't even know why we have that in our house, and it certainly should not be in yours. Alright, when you're making homemade macaroni and cheese, you only need to remember 3 things. 16 ounces, 16 ounces, and 16 ounces. You need 16 ounces of pasta, 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream, and 16 ounces of a very good quality American cheese. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and about a teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. Now, before when I used to make this, I did used to use Velveeta cheese because it does melt very smoothly. But I found Velveeta to be too salty. Now, you cannot substitute cheddar cheese with this because no matter how hard you try, cheddar cheese will never melt perfectly smooth. It will always be grainy. So American cheese is the best cheese to use in this application. Alright, we need to get started with the pasta first. So I've got a 4-quart saucepan that I'll fill most of the way with water. We're going to get that boiling and then we're going to get the pasta going. Alright, just a quick word about pasta before we get it in our water. I do like the Barilla Piccolinis. They are much smaller, and especially the mini fusilli or these mini rutini are going to hold the cheese much better than, say, just an elbow macaroni. So let's get this into the boiling water. Alright, when your water boils, if you just add a couple in at a time, it'll boil up, then it will stop, and then you can pour in the rest without having to worry about your pasta boiling over. Alright, again, we have to stir this until it starts boiling again, and then the boiling action will stir this for us. Alright, once this starts boiling, we can get started in on our sauce. Alright, first things first, just our 2 tablespoons of butter go in. We're going to let this melt a little bit, and then we're going to add our spices. Okay, that's melted enough. Next up come our spices. We'll give those a quick stir. Then all of our cream. Then all of our cheese. Alright, we need to keep stirring this until it boils and all this cheese melts. If we stop stirring this, the cheese is going to melt on the bottom. We also need to check our noodles periodically here to see if they're done cooking. Alright, let's go ahead and check these. Well, they could possibly be done. They are. They're still a little bit al dente, but they're perfect. Alright, let's get this pasta rinsed, and then it's going back in this pan. So we want to rinse it with hot water. Okay, we'll shake it a little. And then back in the pan. Alright, now I've gone ahead and put this pan back on the hot burner. The burner is off, but it's still hot. And what that'll do is help to evaporate any excess water that's still on those noodles. Alright, this is just starting to boil, so this is done. We'll turn off the heat, and then we're going to pour the sauce onto the noodles. Alright, we're going to have to wait a few minutes for this to cool down. It is screaming hot. Alright, let's get tasting this. Now I've garnished it with just a little bit of paprika and a couple of parsley sprigs. That is so nice and creamy, not salty at all. And the nutmeg is perfect. This is delicious. When you're making homemade macaroni and cheese, all you need to remember are 3 things: 16 ounces, 16 ounces, and 16 ounces. And that is gourd.
I don't need no stinking dinosaur.